Have you ever found yourself endlessly analyzing options only to end up making no decision at all? This endless cycle of thought is what we call overthinking, and it's a beast that we've all battled at some point. Overthinking is when we dwell on our problems, dissecting them, turning them over and over in our minds, desperate to find a solution. It's when we're stuck in the what-ifs and if-onlys, constantly questioning, second-guessing, and doubting ourselves. But here's the kicker. Overthinking doesn't lead us to solutions. Instead, it leads to what psychologists call analysis paralysis, a state of overanalyzing or overthinking a situation to the point that a decision or action is never taken. We become so consumed with the potential outcomes, the pros and cons, the risks and rewards that we become paralyzed, unable to make a decision or move forward. And it's a common occurrence. We overthink whether to take that new job, whether to move to a new city, what to say in an important meeting, or even what to have for dinner. It's this constant state of indecision that can drain our mental and emotional energy, leaving us feeling stressed, anxious, and exhausted. Overthinking also hampers our productivity and creativity. When we're stuck in an overthinking loop, our brain is too busy worrying about every possible outcome to focus on the task at hand or come up with innovative ideas. It's like trying to drive a car with the parking brake on. No matter how hard you push the gas, you're not going anywhere. But let's be clear, overthinking isn't the same as being thoughtful or thorough. It's when the thinking becomes excessive and unproductive, causing us more harm than good. It's when the scale tips from careful consideration to debilitating indecision. So, let's take a moment to reflect. How often do we find ourselves stuck in this cycle of overthinking, and how much of our energy does it consume? Overthinking, therefore, isn't just a nuisance. It's a massive drain on our resources. But did you know that overthinking doesn't just affect your mental health? Yes, the truth is, it's not just your mind that suffers from the constant whirl of thoughts. Your body feels the brunt too. Overthinking can lead to an array of physical health problems, starting with stress. Stress is not just a state of mind, but a physical reaction. When we're stressed, our bodies release hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones prepare our bodies for a fight or flight response. But when the stress is chronic, as is often the case with overthinking, these hormones can wreak havoc on our bodies. High blood pressure, heart disease, obesity, and diabetes are just a few of the many possible health complications linked to chronic stress. Next up is the big I, insomnia. Overthinking often keeps us awake at night, our minds racing with what-ifs and if-onlys. And we all know the importance of a good night's sleep, right? It's when our bodies repair and rejuvenate. But when overthinking interferes with our sleep, it's not just our mood that takes a hit. Lack of sleep can lead to a compromised immune system, making us more prone to illnesses. It can also contribute to serious health problems like heart disease and stroke. And then there's the vicious cycle of worry and anxiety. Overthinking often leads to worry, which can then spiral into anxiety. And once anxiety sets in, it can trigger more overthinking. It's a cycle that's hard to break. And it's not just mentally draining. Anxiety can cause physical symptoms like headaches, muscle tension, and stomach problems. So you see, overthinking doesn't just paralyze our minds. It affects our bodies in profound ways too. And these aren't just minor inconveniences. We're talking about serious health problems that can shorten our lives and reduce our quality of life. The harm that overthinking can cause to our bodies is real and significant. So it's crucial that we take steps to break the cycle of overthinking and protect not just our mental health, but our physical health as well. So, we've seen how overthinking can affect our bodies, but what about our minds? Let's dive into the mental strain of overthinking. It's like a labyrinth, with each thought leading to another, creating an endless maze that's hard to escape from. It's not just about worrying too much. Overthinking can be an all-consuming, sleep-stealing beast that feeds on your peace of mind. The mental implications of overthinking are far-reaching. It's been linked to mental health conditions such as anxiety disorders and depression. Imagine a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but as it rolls, it gathers more snow, growing larger and faster. That's what overthinking does to these conditions. It adds fuel to the fire, making it harder for individuals to break free from their negative thought patterns. Overthinking doesn't stop at affecting our mental health. It extends its tendrils into various aspects of our daily lives. It's like a dark cloud that follows you around, casting a shadow over everything you do. It can make simple tasks seem insurmountable, turn joy into dread, and transform anticipation into anxiety. And what about relationships? Overthinking can create a chasm between us and our loved ones. It can make us second-guess every word, every action, leading to misunderstandings and conflicts. It's like wearing a pair of distorted glasses that make everything seem more complicated than it actually is. In the workplace, overthinking can hamper our productivity. It can lead to indecisiveness, procrastination, and self-doubt, making it difficult to perform tasks efficiently or make decisions confidently. It can turn a straightforward project into a Herculean task, fraught with imagined pitfalls and calamities. Overthinking can also rob us of the joy of living in the present. It chains us to the past with regret and catapults us into the future with worry, leaving us stranded in a no-man's land of what-ifs and if-onlys. In essence, overthinking is like a leech that saps our mental energy, leaving us feeling drained, stressed, and overwhelmed. It can turn our minds into a battlefield, where peace seems like a distant dream. With all these negative effects, it's clear we need to find ways to stop overthinking. But how? We can start by introducing strategies to combat overthinking. As daunting as it might sound, it's not an insurmountable task. The first step is the recognition of the problem. And congratulations, you've already taken that step by being here. The first strategy is mindfulness. The core of mindfulness is living in the present moment. It's about focusing on the here and now, not the uncertainties of tomorrow or the regrets of yesterday. When we are mindful, we are present, and overthinking has no room to take hold. A simple way to practice mindfulness is through meditation. It doesn't have to be an hour-long session in a Zen garden. Just a few minutes each day, focusing on your breath, can be a game changer. The second strategy is physical activity. It might sound unrelated, but it's not. The mind and body are one. When we exercise, we release endorphins, our body's natural mood lifters. It's a great way to break free from the cycle of overthinking. So whether it's a brisk walk, a yoga session, or a full-blown workout, get moving. The third strategy involves cultivating healthy lifestyle habits. This includes having a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, and taking time for self-care. These habits can help regulate our mood and reduce anxiety, thereby minimizing overthinking. And lastly, remember, it's okay to seek help. If overthinking is causing significant distress, it might be beneficial to talk to a mental health professional. They can provide guidance and tools to help manage overthinking. In conclusion, breaking free from overthinking involves a holistic approach. It's not about battling a single thought, but about reshaping your lifestyle. It's about creating an environment where overthinking finds it hard to thrive. And there's one more thing. Be patient with yourself. Change takes time, but with persistence, you'll start to see progress. You'll start to experience more peace and less chaos in your mind. Remember, the key to overcoming overthinking lies in our hands. Overthinking, as we've seen, is a thief. It steals our peace of mind, our health, and our time. Let's take a moment to recap the perils of this mental trap and the ways we can escape from its clutches. We started by exploring how overthinking paralyzes us, how it turns simple decisions into complex mazes. We get stuck in an endless loop of what-ifs and maybes, causing us to lose sight of the present moment and the opportunities it holds. Overthinking can make us feel as though we're trapped in a room with no doors, as we endlessly ruminate over every possible outcome. Next, we delved into the negative impact of overthinking on our health. The chronic stress it induces can lead to serious health problems, such as heart disease, obesity, and a weakened immune system. It's a silent predator, slowly damaging our bodies from the inside out, often without us even noticing until it's too late. We also discussed the mental strain overthinking puts on us. It's like carrying a heavy load uphill, constantly draining our mental energy and leaving us feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues, making it even more challenging to break free from its grip. But it's not all doom and gloom. We also explored various methods to break free from overthinking. Mindfulness, cognitive behavioral therapy, and physical activity are just a few of the many tools at our disposal. It's about learning to control our thoughts rather than letting them control us. In the end, remember that overcoming overthinking is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small changes every day, about learning to let go, to live in the moment, to accept uncertainty. It's about reclaiming our peace of mind, one step at a time. In the battle against overthinking, every small step counts. Start today and reclaim your peace of mind.